If my future spawn turns out even remotely as idiotic as the two children in this movie, I'm going to consider my life a complete failure. The Purge stars Ethan Hawke and Lena Headey. Now, this movie is about a world in which crime on one night each year is completely legal, including murder. You can do basically anything you want one night a year. And the way they explain this is saying that basically humans are a violent species, and this one night each year allows us to cleanse ourselves of our impurities. It allows everyone to get everything out of them and do whatever they want. So we focus in on Ethan Hawke and his family, and they are locked down in their extremely expensive home with their extremely expensive security system. And lo and behold, there are some people wearing creepy masks outside who want to come in and kill them, and it becomes a rather rough night for everyone involved. The Purge is a movie that I was looking forward to specifically for one reason. I really like Ethan Hawke. I'm a big fan of his. He is a great actor. He's also a very good writer. If you guys have never seen the films Before Sunrise and Before Sunset, they are two of my favorite romance films, if not my favorite romance films. I can't wait for Before Midnight. It's going to come to Cleveland pretty soon. I can't wait to see it. But Ethan Hawke is a really good actor. I was really impressed with him last year in Sinister. And despite the fact that this film tries to have some big ideas in regards to politics and things like that, and actually have some messages and meanings, it really just divulges into a very rote and cliched thriller that has good performances by its two leads. And except for maybe like one surprise, this entire movie is essentially very, very predictable. And even that surprise that they had in there, didn't like it. Didn't work for me. Ethan Hawke and Lena Headey are definitely the two bright spots of this movie. Those are two very talented actors, and they both give a lot to their characters, and I believed every second that they were on screen, every word that came out of their mouths seemed real, and those two actors did a great job in the movie. However, their children, wow! That kid, okay, look, I could not stand the son in this movie. First of all, the entire film wouldn't even be there if it wasn't for this one kid's little idiotic decision. And he continues to make stupid, idiotic decisions throughout the entire movie. And no one ever looks at him and goes, you know what, we're kind of all in this situation because of you, actually. You kind of made a big mistake. You really did actually make a huge mistake, and you're continuously making even more mistakes. I get it, the kid was trying to be compassionate. He has like a moment of, I don't understand this, and I agree. Like, as an audience, you watch this movie and you're like, wow, this is all really horrible. I can't believe a world actually exists where this is all okay. Which is actually another problem with this movie. I had a really hard time believing that something like this would ever actually come about, but you have to kind of accept that as a plot to be able to get into the movie. I couldn't really accept it. It just seemed so stupid. Everyone was so calmly and quietly talking about, oh yes, this is a night where everyone goes around and kills everyone and rapes everyone, kills babies and stuff. Yeah, it's fine. It cleanses us. It's beautiful. No, it's disgusting. It's horrible. It's like, why would anyone actually... I just couldn't buy into it. But that kid in this movie is the kid that gets everyone into the situations. All the problems that arise in this movie are because of that kid, and I couldn't stand him. He was such a stupid character. He was just a thing to progress the plot along. He wasn't a person. He was just there to make the movie possible. And the daughter is equally as dumb. She makes some of the stupidest decisions of any of the characters throughout this movie, and you continuously are like, what? Like, there's this one scene where they're all separated throughout the house, and separation is not a good thing tonight because, you know, there's people everywhere who want to kill you. You should stay together, right? No, they split up like 10 times throughout the movie, of course. Let's split up and look around. Like, who in the world would do that? You don't split up. You stay together. There's people trying to kill you. You don't split up. What does that even mean? Split up. But there is this one scene where they all come back together and she's like, oh, it's nice to see you, Mom. You know what? I'm kind of mad. I'm gonna walk away. And the mom's like, come into the safe room. Come into the safe room. And she's like, no. And just walks off somewhere in the house. Where did she go? Why did she go away? Why doesn't she come into the safe room? There are murderers everywhere. You should come into the safe room. You know? And so my biggest problem with this movie really is just the fact that it's so cliched and stupid in regards to the horror films that generally are around. There's some really good ideas here, and there's some good performances, and Ethan Hawke is really good in this movie. It's a movie that I can see the actor sitting down and going, wow, there's some really good ideas here. This says some stuff about society and about humans in general, and that's probably why some of these actors signed on to this movie. But the film and the way it was made and crafted turns out to be just your general cliched horror home invasion thriller with a slight little twist in there that it's legal on this one night. For that reason, I think The Purge really fails because it's a film that's trying to have big ideas, but it's showing it in the most cliched and idiotic way. I'm gonna give The Purge a C-. It has 2 good performances and a couple good scenes, but everything is so predictable and you can guess where every little thing is going, even the jump scares. Like, all music will fade out completely for like a second and you know, okay, it's dead silent, so some head's about to pop through a window or something, and each time, sure enough, it does. What do you guys think of it? Did you see the film? Let me know what you think below, and as always guys, thanks for watching, and if you like this, you can click right here and get Stuckmanized.